My dear students, today we are going to deal with most important topic of organic chemistry, namely annulenes, under the heading aromatic, anti-aromatic and non-aromatic characters. This is a more important topic for those students who are going to face the competitive examinations like IIT, and this is for top ranker students. The topic is annulene. What is meant by annulene? It should be a cyclic compound, should be monocyclic compound, should be having conjugated pi bond system throughout the periphery of the molecule. At the same time, having the formula CnHn, where N should be taking only even numbers, and these are nothing but the polyenes. Those are called annulenes. So by definition, we can write like this: conjugated monocyclic polyenes, CnHn formula, in which N is even number always, are called annulenes. As these are polyenes, these are also represented by CH double bond CH n times. Here N starts from 2, 3, 4, etc. Already 2 carbons are there, so N is equal to 2, 3, 4, etc. You will get only even number. And here in this case, you have to start with N is equal to 4, 4, 6, like that you have to take. Only even number you have to select. And these are called polyenes. In general, polyenes are also represented as annulenes. While writing the name, first of all you have to write square brackets. After that you have to write annulene. Annulene is preceded by square brackets, and in this square bracket you have to write the number of carbons present in this annulene. For example, when N is equal to 8 here, that is C8H8, it can be called cyclooctatetraene, as you can also represent this in this manner: CH double bond CH 4 times. Cyclooctatetraene. On the other hand, this can be represented or written as 8-annulene. 8-annulene means C8H8. That means cyclooctatetraene. This is another representation for annulenes. Every annulene can be written in this manner. And practically, if you want to write the complete name, you have to analyze the structure. Right? Starting with the 4, let us take some annulenes. We can take here 4-annulene, 6-annulene, already 8-annulene is there. 4-annulene means C4H4, 6-annulene means C6H6, and it is already 8-annulene means C8H8. Like this you can write. Up to this section now let us consider which is aromatic, which is non-aromatic, which is anti-aromatic. For all these cases also, aromaticity Huckel rule is applicable. That annulene which satisfies Huckel 4n plus 2 pi electron rule is aromatic. That which satisfies Huckel 4n pi electron rule is anti-aromatic. If these two conditions are not satisfied, automatically it becomes non-aromatic. Now let us consider this. First annulene C4H4, we can write like this. This is C4H4. CH 4 times, CH double bond CH twice. This is what you call cyclobutadiene. Already we discussed this structure. All are sp2 carbons, in this case polyenes. As a result of which, this is planar, very good. Also it is cyclic, right, cyclic planar structure. Pi conjugation is there. So delocalization is there. In this delocalization, 2 plus 2, these are 2 electrons in the sharing, these are 2 electrons in the sharing, these are mixing, and we can write it here in this manner. This is containing delocalized electron cloud, which is containing 4 electrons. As it is containing 4 electrons, it satisfies, delocalized is also there, delocalized cloud is containing 4 electrons, so it is satisfying Huckel 4n pi electron rule. This is satisfied. So what is it? Automatically you can say that this is anti-aromatic. You know pretty well, out of all, anti-aromatic is the least stable. Next, non-aromatic, the most stability will be attributed to aromatic compounds. So this is anti-aromatic. In the previous videos, we already studied about the cyclobutadiene. Just I am repeating. This is cyclobutadiene. These are the 2 electrons here. This electron is taken by this electron is taken by this. It is converted into like this. When this is receiving 2 electrons, when treated with potassium, any metal, it will be converted into minus charge. These 2 carbons acquire minus charges, carrying 2 electrons each. And you can take now, this is what you call cyclobutadienyl dianion. Cyclobutadienyl dianion. This happens when it is treated with metals like potassium in solvent like ether or tetrahydrofuran. And this is aromatic. Why? We are having pi, sigma, negative charge, sigma, negative charge, sigma, pi. That means pi, negative charge, sigma, negative charge, sigma, pi conjugation is there. So there is pi negative charge conjugation. So when there is a conjugation like this, delocalization takes place. When it is delocalized, we can write the structure like this. This is the structure. Cyclobutadienyl dianion, this is. How many electrons are there? 2 plus 2 plus 2. So this is now having 6 pi electrons. What does it mean? It is satisfying Huckel 4n plus 2 pi electron rule. That is satisfied. So this is planar, cyclic, 4n plus 2 pi electron rule is satisfied. So what does it become now? This is certainly aromatic. We can write here, this is aromatic. So cyclobutadiene is anti-aromatic, whereas its anion is aromatic. Similarly, you can take one more point here. Cyclobutadiene, once again I am writing here. These electrons are taken away, for example in this fashion. So you will get here radicals, biradical. When it is treated with iron plus 3, these 2 electrons are lost. It is also able to give the salts with metals, metal ions. It is converted into 2Fe plus 2. and it is converted into cation. What is it called? Cyclobutadienyl dication. Cyclobutadienyl dication. Once again, there is conjugation. Pi, sigma, positive, sigma, pi, sigma, positive. Conjugation is there. So there takes place delocalization. As a result of which, we can write it here in another manner. What is it? In another manner. Di-positive. This can also be represented like this. And this is called cyclobutadienyl dication. And it is planar, no doubt. It is cyclic, no doubt. Satisfying Huckel 4n plus 2 pi electron rule when n is equal to 0. N is equal to 0, there contains only 2 electrons. These are the 2 electrons. This is containing 2 pi electrons. So this is satisfying Huckel 4n plus 2 pi electron rule. As a result of which, all these conditions are satisfied means this is satisfied, this is satisfied, this is satisfied. So what is it? Certainly, it is also aromatic. In this way, cyclobutadienyl dication is aromatic. Cyclobutadienyl dianion is also aromatic because both are satisfying Huckel 4n plus 2 pi electron rule. Okay. Next we can take benzene. Already this is the classical example for the aromatic character. This is an 3 pi electron system, or you can write it as like this. This is containing 6 pi electrons. It is planar, cyclic and satisfying Huckel 4n plus 2 pi electron rule, and so it is aromatic. Whatever properties are exhibited by benzene, and if a compound is satisfying those properties, that is certainly aromatic. The property aromatic is born from the benzene. And so benzene is aromatic. So this is the old example. So here, up to the extent this is okay. Now let us consider the other examples of other annulenes, like C8H8, C10H10, C12H12, and higher annulenes we will consider, and we will check the aromatic character there. Please note it. Now let us consider 8-annulene, that means C8H8. C8H8 can also be called as cyclooctatetraene. This is the structural aspect. All are sp2 carbons. As a result of which, this is planar, no doubt. Cyclic, okay. How many electrons are there? This is the continuous conjugated pi bond system. Continuous delocalization, because continuous pi bond is there. Continuous delocalization of pi bonds throughout the periphery of the molecule. That is conditional also. Pi, sigma, pi, sigma, pi, sigma, pi, sigma, like this. We are in pi-pi conjugation. So we can write it as this is the delocalized pi electron cloud containing 8 pi electrons. So what is it? Satisfies Huckel 4n pi electron rule when n is equal to 2. It is satisfying Huckel 4n pi electron rule when n is equal to 2, 8 pi electrons. That means what should be? It is, as it is satisfying Huckel 4n rule, it should be anti-aromatic. It should be anti-aromatic. In the case of annulenes, which are monocyclic, having pi bonds and sigma bonds alternatively, and those should be having each bond half single bond character, half double bond character. So the bond length must be greater than double bond and less than single bond. All should be uniform. And here, X-ray analysis. If you take the X-ray analysis, two types of bond lengths are noticed. Two types of bond lengths are noticed in cyclooctatetraene. They are 1.54 angstroms and 1.34 angstroms. This is for C single bond C, this is for C double bond C. If it is in between these two, 1.39, then you can say that it is having both double bond, single bond characters half each. But this is the practicality. So this practicality is not in agreement with the theoretical aspects by which you are saying that it is anti-aromatic. When these bond lengths are not equal, the structure will be modified. To get more stability, the structure will be attaining puckered ring structure. This will be leading to puckered ring structure. To attain more stability. What is that? It is nothing but tub shape. This is tub shape. This is tub shape. Pi bond, pi bond, pi bond, pi bond. This is the puckered ring structure. Thereby, the bond lengths are also 1.54 for single bonds, 1.34 for double bonds. This is in agreement with this practical data. And so, whatever you prescribed for this as anti-aromatic character, that goes wrong. This is correct. As this is having no planarity, no planar. When the structure is non-planar, Huckel rule is not at all applicable, and thereby this becomes non-aromatic. Non-aromatic. Non-aromatic is more stable than anti-aromatic. That is, in nature, any less stable compound will be converted into more stable compound, provided the conditions are allowing it. And so it is allowing. So that is why this is converted into tub-shaped structure, which is non-aromatic. So what is about the character of cyclooctatetraene? It is not anti-aromatic, it is non-aromatic. Right? You can take here one more proof like this. At present, I am considering the planar structure just for convenience only. This is having delocalized pi electron cloud, let us suppose. This is having 8 pi electrons. When it is treated with potassium in tetrahydrofurane, the solvent, 2 electrons will be received by each, hydrogen gas will be liberated there, and it will be converted into dianion. 2K remains here, 2K plus potassium salt of this compound. Anion means IDE. What is this called? Cyclooctatetraenyl dianion. If you take this, when once it is converted into this, the top structure will be converted into this structure. Why? Because it is aromatic. Observe, this is all are sp2 carbons, and so a planar, this is planar, okay, cyclic, okay, 4n plus 2 pi electron rule is satisfied when n is equal to 2. N is equal to 2 means this will be having 10 pi electrons. And if you take 8 plus 2, this is having 10 pi electrons. As a result of which, this is aromatic. So it is converted into stable compound. It is able to give the salt, potassium salt of cyclooctatetraenide. You can also write like this, potassium salt of cyclooctatetraenide. When you get the ID as suffix, it indicates the anion character. So this is potassium salt of cyclooctatetraenide, and this is cyclooctatetraenide dianion, which is aromatic. So this is converted into aromatic because it is stable salt. So that is also proof to say that it is converted into this. Anti-aromatic is converted into non-aromatic, and in the reaction, non-aromatic is converted into the aromatic character because it is more stable. Okay, this is about the C8H8 Next let us take 10, 12. Please note it. Next, let us consider 10-annuline C10H10. The formula is C10H10. Naphthalene formula is C10H8. 2 hydrogens less to this. This is 10-annuline. Deca means 10 carbons. There will be 5 double bonds. So cyclodecapentaene. This is the structure. You have to give the numbering like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 9, this is 10. This is the numbering for cyclodecapentaene for this type of structure. 9, 10 positions are particular positions here in this case. This is monocyclic compound, no doubt. All are sp2 carbons planar. So, if you take here, this is cyclic, planar. There are 5 pi bonds. So, continuous delocalization is taking place with 5 pi bonds throughout the periphery of the molecule. That means delocalizer contains 10 pi electrons. It is containing 10 pi electrons. So what is the character here? Satisfies Huckel 4n pi electron rule when not that one 4n plus 2 pi electron rule when n is equal to 2. So n is equal to 2, 4 into 2, 8 plus 2, 10. So here that is 10 pi electrons. So here in this case, delocalized cloud is containing 10 pi electrons. So this is satisfying Huckel rule when n is equal to 2 in this case. So what is it? According to this convention, certainly everybody will say that this is aromatic. This is aromatic. But the concept is wrong. Though it seems to be aromatic, it is not aromatic. It is proved as non-aromatic compound because it is to be matched with NMR spectrum. And here we are having inner hydrogens. These two are inner hydrogens, bridge hydrogens. Other are present at the periphery, outside. So you have to get some sort of NMR spectrum which is not in match with this. So it is not aromatic. Confirmation should be given by NMR spectrum for most of the monocyclic aromatic compounds. Here, why is it so? So the reason goes like this. This is the hydrogen. These are the pi bond system. Just observe carefully. At 9 and 10 carbons, inner hydrogen is what you call, this is one hydrogen, this is other hydrogen. This is the 9th position, this is the 10th position, bridge hydrogens. These hydrogens are needed, as a result of which repulsions between inner two hydrogen atoms, bridge hydrogen atoms, will be taking place. When the repulsions are more and more, the structure deviates to get the most stability. So this is the planar structure. This is the corner. This is another corner. These are two corners, which are 9-10 carbons. Due to the repulsions here, this will be coming in the upward direction, and this will be coming to the lower and the inward direction. So these two carbons, one outside the plane, other one inside the plane, these two carbons are deviated from their positions. So due to these repulsions here, it gets a non-planar structure. It gets a non-planar structure. And so here, as it is getting a non-planar structure, Huckel rule is not applicable. When it is having a non-planar structure, Huckel rule is not applicable. So what does it mean? That means it becomes non-aromatic, a peculiar case. In spite of its having the aromatic character, it is converted into non-aromatic character because due to the repulsions between the hydrogens, the planar structure is not maintained there. It is converted into non-planar structure. The two hydrogens, bridge hydrogens at the 9-10 carbons are repulsive, getting repulsed more and more, as a result of which these two carbons will be thrown away one from the other. Planarity is lost. And so it is getting non-aromatic character. Okay. Either any compound to get the aromatic character for this compound after substitution reaction? Yes, we can take a compound like this. These are the rings. Let us suppose that oxygen is substituted at this position, 9-10 position, just like this. I write like this and like this. At the 9-10 position, I am introducing the oxygen. 9-10 oxa 10-annuline. 9-10 oxa cyclodecapentaene. So this is the structure. If you take this compound, when this oxygen is linked in between these two carbons after removing the two hydrogens, then naturally these two carbons will be thrown inwards so that the whole thing gets planarity. The whole thing gets planarity. And so if you take this compound, the 9-10 carbons also, due to the influence of the oxygen, are coming to the planar structure. Total structure becomes planar. And it is having delocalized pi electron cloud, which is having 10 pi electrons. Due to its planarity, once again, it is satisfying Huckel 4n+2 pi electron rule, and so cyclic Huckel rule all are satisfied. So this compound is aromatic. 9-10 positions, you are giving oxygen position there, removing 2 hydrogens, they are introduced there. 19 oxa, 10 aniline. In the place of oxygen, or even you can introduce NH also, like this. Even 9-10 aza, 10 aniline. You can write this one or that one. Both will be giving the same result, giving the planarity of the whole molecule, and they will be making it to get the aromatic character and becoming more and more stable. So this is a proof to say that. And one more thing, just you observe, when these 2 hydrogens are removed, -2 hydrogen, directly, these 2 are to be connected. What will be get there? These 2 are connected by sigma bond. And once again, you are getting, this is nothing but naphthalene. It is becoming planar. When these 2 hydrogens are removed, it is converted to naphthalene, which is planar once again, and so it is aromatic, polynuclear aromatic compound already discussed in the previous class. And so this is the secrecy in the case of 10 aniline. More subject is here. Non-aromatic is converted into aromatic, is converted into aromatic like this. The whole thing lies in between the 2 internal hydrogens, which is disturbing the planar structure. Okay, that is about the stability of C10, H10. Please note it. Next, let us take C12, H12. Now let us consider C12, H12. That means 12 aniline. We will consider 12 aniline. Let us check the structure. This is the structural aspect of 12 aniline. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is a 12 aniline cyclic system, monocyclic system. You can write the pi bonds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is the way you have to write the alternate pi bonds. This is the periphery. Throughout the periphery of the molecule, we are having pi bonds. There are 6 pi bonds. 3 plus 3, 6 pi bonds. All are sp carbons. Let us check. As this is sp2 carbons, structure is planar, structure is cyclic. At the same time, continuous delocalization involving 5 pi bonds throughout the periphery of the molecule. That means there are 5 into 6 pi bonds, There are 12 pi electrons in the delocalized cloud. There are 12 pi electrons in the delocalized cloud. What is about character? Now, let us take the character. When 12 pi electrons are there, that means satisfies Huckel 4n pi electron rule. When n is equal to 3, So 4n pi electron rule is satisfied here. N is equal to 3 means 3 into 4, 12. That means this should be anti-aromatic. This should be anti-aromatic. Is it true or not? The NMR spectrum also supports its anti-aromatic character. And here, how can you say? These are the inner 3 carbons are there. This is 1 hydrogen. This is 2nd hydrogen. This is 3rd hydrogen. Inner hydrogens are there, but they are far away. There are no steric repulsions among these 3 inner hydrogens. No steric repulsions among the 3 inner hydrogen atoms. No steric repulsion. When there is no steric repulsion, there is no distortion from the structure, planarity remains there. And so, the structure, what is expected, that remains correct. And that is why, if you take C12H12, 12 aniline, that is nothing but anti-aromatic, because delocalized cloud is satisfying Huckel 4n pi electron rule. Similarly, you can take C14H14. That means 14 aniline. This is 12 aniline, this is 14 aniline, that is take. What is structural aspect here? This is the structural aspect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There are 14 carbons. This is the ring system. Monocyclic once again. You can start 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 inner corners. Inner hydrogens 4 are there. Start from this place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. There are totally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 pi bonds are there. This is the structure. Now let us take, as it is sp2 carbons planar system, monocyclic planar system here. This is planar. This is cyclic. Okay. Pi bond conjugation is there throughout the periphery of the molecule. So there is continuous delocalization of 7 pi electrons, 7 pi bonds. That means there are 14 pi electrons in the delocalized clouds. 14 means what is it? Huckel 4n plus 2 pi electron rule when n is equal to 3. When n is equal to 3, 3 into 4, 12 plus 2, 14. 14 pi electrons. So here it is satisfying planarity, it is satisfying cyclic system, it is also having continuous delocalized pi electrons, and that is containing 14 pi electrons, so it is satisfying Huckel 4n plus 2 pi electron rule. So completely it should be aromatic. It should be aromatic. But our expectations go wrong. NMR spectrum gives its structural details in another manner. Why is it so? That means the planarity is lost. When there is planarity, this rule is applicable. When there is no planarity, rule is not applicable. Huckel 4n plus 2 pi electron rule is not applicable, means it becomes non-aromatic. How is it? Here consider these 4 hydrogens here. This is 1 hydrogen. This is 2nd hydrogen. This is 3rd hydrogen. This is 4th hydrogen. There are 4 hydrogens. They are nearer to each other. So, steric repulsions among 4 internal hydrogen atoms destroy the planarity and it becomes non-planar. It becomes non-planar. As these 4 hydrogens are nearer, these 4 hydrogens are nearer to all these. Repulsions among them will be more and more. As a result of which, it is distorted to give the pucker structure, another pucker structure, where the planarity is lost. And so planarity is lost here. When once it is becoming non-planar, how can you say aromatic here? That means Huckel rule is not applicable. Huckel rule is not applicable. So on that reason, you have to delete this one. What else remains there? That becomes non-aromatic. It becomes non-aromatic. Non-aromatic character it is attaining. So in this way, if you take C14, H14, 14 aniline, if you take, the condition is satisfied, but aromaticity is lost due to the strain produced, repulsion produced by the inner hydrogens. So that is why planarity is lost. When planarity is lost, it automatically becomes non-aromatic. This is the case with C14, H14, 14 aniline. Okay. Next, please note it. Now let us consider C16H16, that is 16 aniline. Let us consider this. There should be 16 carbons in the monocyclic ring structure. We can represent in this manner. This is the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There are 16 carbons in this. You can write the double bonds conjugate pi bond system. There will be 8 pi bonds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Totally there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pi bonds are there. This is the structural aspect of 16 aniline. Let us check. It is cyclic, okay. It is planar because all are the sp2 carbons, planar cyclic structure it is having. Continuous delocalization, as pi-pi conjugation is there throughout the periphery of the molecule. So continuous delocalization with how many? 8 pi bonds in conjugation. That is, there are 16 pi electrons in the delocalized cloud. What is it satisfying? Huckel 4n pi electron rule when n is equal to 8. N is equal to 8 means 4 into n is equal to 4, sorry. That is 16 pi electrons. So it is satisfying Huckel 4n plus 2, not 4n plus 2, 4n pi electron rule only. 4n electron rule means it should be anti-aromatic. It should be anti-aromatic. And here, is it correct? NMR spectrum also shows the same structure. Then can't you consider the repulsions in between the inner hydrogens? Yes, okay. This is one hydrogen, this is second hydrogen, this is third hydrogen, this is the fourth hydrogen. As the size of the ring is increased, inner space is also increased. And so the hydrogens are at a larger distance. Inner space is more. Inner space is more here. So, no repulsions among internal 4 hydrogen atoms. No repulsions. There are no repulsions. That means planarity is not lost. So, Huckel rule is applicable. What is the Huckel rule applicable here? 4n pi electron rule. And so, this becomes anti-aromatic, which is correct. Which is correct. In this way, we can analyze C16H16. Similarly, we can take C18H18. That means 18 annuline. 18 annuline. We are considering. In what way the structure can be represented? This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is the structure of C18H18. C18H18, 18 annuline. There are 18 carbons in this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Right. There are totally 8 pi bonds. This is the cyclic structure. 8 annuline, 18 annuline. And here also, if you take, the inner space is much increased. The inner space is much increased. Now let us consider, is it cyclic? Okay, cyclic. Is it planar? Okay, planar. Is it having continuous delocalization? Yes, okay, continuous delocalization is there because there are 8 pi bonds. How many electrons it is having? 8 into 2, 16 pi electrons. 16 pi electrons means what is it? Eighteen pi electrons. Huckel 4n plus 2 pi electron rule when n is equal to 4. N is equal to 4 means 4 into 4, 16 plus 2, 18 pi electrons. So if you consider this, cyclic, satisfied, planarity, satisfied, delocalized pi electron cloud, satisfied, throughout the periphery the conjugation delocalization is taking place, continuous, and it is satisfying Huckel 4n plus 2 pi electron rule. 4n plus 2 means it is aromatic, and that is why this is aromatic. This is aromatic. Now consider the inner hydrogens here also. Inner hydrogens, this is one hydrogen, this is the second hydrogen, this is the third hydrogen, fourth hydrogen, fifth hydrogen, sixth hydrogen, like this. You can take inner hydrogens. The inner space is very large. Here, inner space is very large. So, repulsions among inner hydrogen atoms can be ignored. That is, planarity is not lost. Planarity is not lost means Huckel 4n plus 2 electron rule is applicable, as a result of which this becomes aromatic in nature. It is also aromatic, and X-ray analysis, other experiments also prove that it is aromatic. So that is about the C18H18 aniline. Okay, please note it. Some more we will consider. Finally, some more examples in the case of anilines. Don't forget, from C18, H18, from 18 aniline onwards, the ring size is very much expanded, inner space is also very much large, and so the repulsions among the inner hydrogens can be easily ignored. There is no steric repulsion. The structure remains planar. And so Huckel rule is completely applicable. Whatever rule is applicable, they will become aromatic or anti-aromatic. And in this case, from 18 onwards, there is no question of arising non-aromatic character. It may be aromatic or it may be non-aromatic. Let us consider some examples here. 20 anilines, C20H20. Here, there will be 20 delocalized pi electrons. Huckel 4n rule is applicable, n is equal to 5 into 4, 20. And so Huckel 4n pi electron rule is applicable. So the structure becomes anti-aromatic. Similarly, you can take here C20H22, 22 aniline. And here, when n is equal to 5, 20 plus 2, 22. That means 4n plus 2 pi electron rule is applicable here. That means Huckel 4n plus 2 pi electron rule is applicable means it is completely aromatic. Planarity and cyclic system is always there for all these compounds. Similarly, you can take 24 aniline, C24H24, and here there are 24 delocalized pi electrons. In the case of 4n, n is equal to 6, it becomes 24 pi electrons, and so 4n pi electron rule is applicable here in this case. And so once again it becomes anti-aromatic. Similarly, you can take, of course, 30 aniline is also prepared. This is the last one. From C10 to C30 anilines are there. From beyond 24, this is very rare. Just C30 aniline is also prepared. That is, we are taking finally C30, H30, 30 aniline. And here when n is equal to 7, 74, 28 plus 2, 30. That means 4n plus 2 pi electron rule is applicable when n is equal to 7. So it is satisfying this rule, Huckel rule. It is planar, it is cyclic, it is Huckel 4n plus 2 pi electron is applied, and so completely it becomes aromatic. This is the way you have to get information about the anilines, their aromatic character, non-aromatic character, and anti-aromatic character. There are certain peculiar cases in these anilines. You have to remember those. And remaining from 18 onwards, certainly you can take into consideration the structure as it is planar, and you can write the applicable Huckel rule also. Okay? Thank you very much for your kind watching of my video. Thank you.